Yay, I'm live. Hello. Oh, good. Just checking if you can see me and my goats. This one is almost too short. Just like the eyes, like. So, hi. It's been a while. Thanks for your patience with having to cancel the last couple of streams. That does bring me to some housekeeping since I realized I have a lot of stuff happening on Sundays and I don't want to cancel all the time, so I wanted to ask how you'd feel about switching my weekend stream to Saturday mornings instead. So that would also not conflict with um, the regular pagan thing that I have on one Sunday a month, which is this Sunday. So I'm gonna have to cancel this Sunday too. So that's one reason I was thinking about it. But yeah, let me know if you have any thoughts about that, or if like either in the chat or leave a comment if you're watching this afterward. So wow, I feel like I've been doing a lot with yarn stuff, and like I filmed a video and oh cool, yeah, no no worries, Darth Sparkle. I love your name, by the way. Yeah, well, look look forward to having you drop in afterward. Hi, hi, Crochet Hooked. How are you? I'm drinking coffee. I actually filmed a video for the first time in a while. I haven't had a video editing program for a while because DaVinci Resolve was working great and I was starting to learn it, and kind of learning how to make it just barely work with my laptop. It's a very hefty program and meant for like the professional filmographers. Is that the word? But then there was an update and it stopped working. So on my laptop anyway. So I was like, well, I've spent all this time learning that program. I'm not sure I want to dive into a new program at this moment. So that's why I've just been live streaming. But I thought, well, I could just try to just film it on my phone and then see if I can just upload directly to YouTube. So I did that. Zero editing. I was thinking of that joke on sometimes on the fanfic website Archive of Our Own. People will tag things. No beta. We die like men, which means that they don't have a beta reader, so there might be typos or worse, but they're gonna push through anyway. So I was thinking, no editing. We die like men. So oh cool. So you're working on writing a new pattern. Is it for a wearable or something else? Let me know. This is what I'm currently working on. Here's a full square. I didn't bring the prototype square that kind of shows the full pattern yet. I mean this time it's kind of it's downstairs, but these are the squares that will become my new cardigan. So I kind of like how, since I'm using red champion yarn, so it goes through red and black, so you can't always see the full pattern, but you kind of have to look at more than one square to get the picture of what's going on. Hi, Sivangeist. Let me know how to pronounce your screen name, or if there's a different name you would like me to call you. But either way is fine. Oh, cool. The beginner friendly shrug. Nice. I have a lot of respect for people that can write the beginner friendly patterns, because I'm just like, if I write a pattern, it's gonna have like 3 kinds of lace or like color work and stuff. Oh, Kayla, cool. That's a good name. I know lots of fine Kaylas. While I'm untangling this yarn, it looks way more orange than it is, but this is one of the new skeins of red champion, which is currently only on my bamboo elastic cotton base in the shop, but I dyed a few skeins of it on the cotton base for this project, and I will be doing more of that in the future too. Then this is the Cloak of Dreams. Thank you. Also on the cotton base. I thought about whether I wanted to dye more of maybe like a similar base to the bamboo one. I have one from that same company, the vegan yarn. I have several bags of a slightly different base, but I'm like kind of trying to learn one base at a time. So right now we're focusing on cotton. Well, good luck. I am slowly working on my first wearable pattern to the Pumpkin Moonlight Poet shirt. It's kind of on hold for right now, but I would still like to get it out there. Right, fun. I I promised some fun stories from my life recently, and I've just been going so much that right now I'm just like, oh cool, I can just sit here and crochet. Oh wait, I'm live. But yeah, let's see. I planned a beach trip recently, because I realized I could just take the bus to the beach, because there are beaches that are close enough to do that. The one I wanted to go to with my brother is a bit far, so I'd have to wait till our schedules line up. But I was like, well, I don't have to wait to actually go to the beach. I could just go. So I went, and it was so fun. Like I really missed the ocean, and just getting to be there and know that I have the power to like plan all the logistics of a trip like that. It's just very empowering. And that's where this project was born. So I took my yarn and came back with yarn, but also a square about half as big as this one, I think. Almost have your first sweater done. Just need to decide how you're doing the sleeves. Cool. Yeah, it's kind of like, for those of us in the northern hemisphere, like, it doesn't feel like weather, like the right weather to work on cardigans and sweaters and stuff, but at least if we do it now, we'll have it done by the time it's cold. This is my second wearable, but my first beginner-friendly pattern. I don't sell them or anything. I just like trying to figure it out on my own. Cool. I mean, that's still a cool skill to have. I have realized that I'm much better at making yarn and then like giving it to people to make the patterns that they want to make, rather than trying to write patterns myself. So for the most part, I'll just be doing that. One of my so I put those 6 new skeins of Pride yarn up today, and my friend has one of my friends has bought both of the trans Pride yarns, so I'm like, well, I'll have to dye some more, but yay. I often wing things too. Let's see. I was thinking about the trial and error part is it is fun. Sometimes you have to frog more than you would like, but oh well. That's actually often how I dye yarn. Like, I tried to write them down at like my very first dye session, but it just didn't work. It's like I was halting the creative the process. So there are certain colorways that I can get the same, or mostly the same result, but I can't do it by a certain the recipe. It's just kind of by feel. So so that's why there are some collections that wildly vary in the exact shade that they turn out, because I'm trying to do a similar thing, but not quite the same. I was thinking of that because the 4 new skeins of Vampire King, which has been very popular. 2 of them look more like dark plum purple, and 2 of them look more wine red, and I'm thinking of them as the same collection, but they just have a certain, like 2 were in one dye bath and 2 were in the same pan, but like the next dye bath, so it was like just a fun adventure. Oh, cool. Yeah, I like learning about dyeing like wool and other protein fibers because that's not something that I do personally. So it's kind of fun seeing how different the process is in some ways. So with plant fibers, you need time. So I have a part of the process where I just let my yarn sit in the plastic bags in the dye for 24 hours. But with acid dye or like protein fibers, you need heat. So it's kind of a cool, not exactly opposite, but kind of counterpoint. Oh, that's cool. That you let your kid pick colors. I saw one Kim Knits tutorial video where she was doing a leave no dye behind video and let let her kid help mix the colors. One of the things that I was doing on recent Sundays is this thing called Ishtar Fest. So it's done by this pagan group called Hands of Change, and it's just this Zoom conference centered around Ishtar and like ancient Sumerian gods and stuff. So yeah, that was fun to go and attend. Yeah, it is. It's cool to learn the difference between plant and animal fibers and how you get the color on. She hand painted the dye on and we added heat. It was so fun. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been wanting to learn more about what exactly they call what is considered hand painting, because I think what I do is probably close to that, because it's, at least I had this thought when I had the yarn in a steam pan, and like I sometimes have some water and dye in there, but it's not like a dip dyeing thing. It's just that the dye is liquid, so the pan kind of fills up as I add dye. But I had the yarn like spread out, and then with one of my hands I was doing this to get the dye in the center of the skein, because it's hard to get the dye to like penetrate through cotton sometimes. And I do use soda ash, but still it's so I was thinking, yeah, this probably counts as hand painting because I'm like finger painting at least. I'm using my hands to like spread the dye through the yarn. Speaking of events and yarn, I'm really excited because I'm going to be at this in-person event, which is not exactly a craft show, but like they have the vendors there. It's also a pagan event where it's done by. Oh, cool! I am glad that you you agree on the hand painting. So this event is called the Morgan's Hearth, and it's done by the Koru Kathabodwa priesthood. I happen to live with two of the founding members, so I have found out that I will be able to go to this big event that they have in August, and I don't know if the vendor information has come out yet, but I'm planning to sign up for that, and like I got my workshop proposal accepted, which is I'm gonna teach people how to make a simple lace stitch with yarn that I dyed, and just talk about ways to incorporate crochet into like our spiritual devotional practice, because most of the people there will be pagan, so that's something that they'll want to learn about. And one sec. Dropped my yarn. So, since a lot of my yarn is very like connected to my pagan practice, it's really exciting to be able to share it with that side of my audience, as well as just getting more eyes on my yarn, which is what I'm very much trying to do at the moment. Now to gently untangle this so that I don't have to cut it. It's the hard thing about mosaic crochet. Yeah, I would definitely say it can be seen as a form of not magic. I feel like fiber and any kind of interlocking or weaving with fiber is just so magical. So it is super cool to see stuff like this, and like my recent shout out from Altmots starting to happen, because I know I have worked hard, but at the same time it definitely took a leap of faith when I decided to come here and work towards being able to support myself with my yarn. So yeah. It's starting to feel real. Thank you. Yeah, I've realized how much I love yarn. I mean, I've been crocheting a while, so of course I knew that I loved yarn, but just like getting to bring new colors of yarn into the world with fibers that I choose, just, I love it so much. And getting to share that with people in person, and just, I mean, it's great when I can send yarn to people that can't see it in person, but still want to buy it on my the website. But just having that in person connection of being able to share my yarn with people, I am definitely looking forward to that. Oh, by the way, you might notice that my picture's a lot clearer and brighter right now. Um, Picture as in like what you're seeing. That's because I realized that the 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 lens protector I had put on my back camera was really not helping. Um, I think it's supposed to be like like a screen protector for the front of your camera, so you can still take pictures, but it was not working. It often made my pictures look weirdly blurry and like misty, and it was so hard to like try and make my pictures look good when I was like I wasn't quite sure what was going on. Then I thought, I do have that lens protector on. I should probably just take it off and see if it helps. And 90% of my problems were solved. The other 10% are the color red, which is famously hard to photograph. But that's fine. I love red. But even in the picture I took right after that with my normal camera and not with the app I used to give me more control over white balance, it looked a lot better even with my normal camera. Wow. Okay, we're almost there with this tangle. It's kind of funny that red is such a hard color to photograph accurately, because for me, red is very much associated with one of the faces of my patron god, who is actually the one I named this skein after, Red Champion, who is known for being mischievous, so I feel like it fits. He's also the reason goats became important to my spiritual practice, and then they've now become important to my YouTube practice and like yarn dyeing business in general, so that's cool too. Can never have too many goats. Okay, we're just about untangled. Wow. It's not usually that bad. I think it just knows I'm on camera. Oh yeah, something else that was funny. I was talking to my friend, who's the one that says, well, she's the reason I quoted. I had a recent post on Instagram where I said, well, as my friend would say, no, that no no regrets, and somehow that conversation led to me saying that she should translate it into Latin, and then I thought about how to like put it on her family crest, and I thought about I suddenly thought of a really funny way to like fake translate it into Latin, which is non regretatus, and she loved it. It's now her Discord nickname, which I'm honored by, and one of our other friends who apparently actually knows Latin says that that's surprisingly close, which is shocking because I don't know Latin. I was just going based on what I like the types of endings I've heard on Latin words. Like there's a song that I've been listening to a lot lately called City of the Dead by Uriel, Eurielle. I think it was in the soundtrack of like a Dracula movie or game or something, but yeah, it's a gorgeous song, and I'm not sure if she wrote the music for this or like sampled it from a I can't remember what the word is, but like when stuff is out of copyright because it's old, but yeah, the words are apparently from part of the Requiem Mass, I think, and the specific words that she uses in the song, there's like this Latin chanting, is the one called the Rex Tremende. That's the short name of it. So there's a lot of atus ending in that one, so that's why I chose that one for the non the regretatus. And I actually came up with a long version of it, which I don't know exactly what it means, but it sure says a lot. So it is, and it's based on things I know that this friend likes. So it's cutie est the guinea piggy atus gastrum ad non regretatus. There. My magnum opus. Anyway, how are y'all? I might be out of fun stories for right now. Oh, it has been really fun getting to see my housemate transform the front room of the house, which is downstairs. It's kind of the parlor room, which we also sometimes use for like the ritual and stuff. Ooh, that's cool. Latin name for the black rat is the Ratus ratus. That's funny. and cute, oddly. But she's also using that room as a place to like kind of have her own tattoo studio. So it's been cool to see her like work on making the room more fancy and kind of goth, which is what her her practice is. If you want to check out a really good tattoo artist, I think on Instagram she's the Banshee Arts. I think Banshee is spelled the English way, Banshee, arts like painting and shit. But ooh, cool. You're the vet tech. I admit I don't know much about what that entails, but I'm sure it's a challenging yet the rewarding job. But I've decided to call that room the swag room because we've also fixed it up so it has some display storage and stuff. So my housemate who does pottery can have his stuff in there, and I can have my yarn in there, and my housemate who does who's a tattoo artist also writes books and like does all of this the witchy stuff like incense and I mean like she makes and sells incense I think, and she paints. She has this amazing in progress picture of the Sandman that I want to buy if she sells it when she's done. But as I tell him, the Sandman, well, you're gonna have to make my dream of having money come true if you want this painting to come home with me. So. Oh, by the way, I'd be happy to hear more about what being a vet tech is like if you want to share. But yeah. I will have to take a second reel of the shelf where all of our stuff is, like with my yarn hanging off the hooks, because the first one just really didn't look great because of the problem with the thing over my lens. So now that I know what's going on, I have the power to make my pictures, and the video looks so much better. But it is really encouraging to know that people have bought my yarn even with the pictures that weren't great. So I'm like, wow, so it's only uphill from here. Yesterday I spent a long time taking pictures of all of my current stock with the camera that actually works now, and also my housemate that does pottery has a light box, so and like a light. So with his permission, I set that up and took pictures of just each skein of yarn by itself, and it looks so much better. It can be wild. Some days we hurry up and wait. Other days it's go go go. Then it's quiet. Yeah, that makes sense. I have to drink some coffee. Death Wish with chocolate powder. So it's basically a mocha. Trader Joe's has this thing called sipping chocolate, which is like they always have a really like fun kind of the pretentious way of describing things. I'm not sure exactly what. It's hard to get a sense of what they want the sipping chocolate to be used for, but it's good in coffee. They're like, oh, it's not quite hot chocolate, but it's also not this. It's this new thing that is not like the other girls. That's the vibe that I mean. I love Trader Joe's, but you know, it's just funny. That's the vibe of their advertising. I work in a much smaller vet, so it's pretty steady. I worked in a bigger clinic, and it was a madhouse. Yeah, I'll bet. I love our surgery days. It's even more fun when the orthopedic surgeon comes in. Huh, interesting. Is that because they're a fun person, or like something about the process is more fun than other days? Um, 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 I'm stuttering really bad, but also trying to say I am curious. Yes, their sipping chocolate is so good. I put it in a lot of things, but I can't think of any right now except like cereal and coffee, which is a good part of my diet, so. Oh, speaking of food, I learned a new salad recipe from my housemate yesterday, and since I happened to be going to the grocery that day, I was like, well, I may as well just pick up the things to make it. It's I think it's called like caprese or something. It's an Italian salad, basically basil leaves, tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, maybe like olive oil and balsamic vinegar, maybe cucumbers and or olives. So yeah, it's a really simple salad, but it's good. Okay, both. It's a different plan of surgery. Our surgeon is great. He isn't as uptight as some other surgeons. Well, that's good. It's nice when the surgeon's bedside manner not only helps the patient, but also the people who work with him. Him or her or them. But yeah. Oh, in case people weren't here when I said it at the start, I'm thinking of switching the Sunday live to Saturday morning instead. It would be at the same time probably. I will also maybe put a post or a poll up. But I keep having to cancel the Sunday live because I have stuff going on, and I don't want to keep doing that, so I thought like that might help. So let me know if you have thoughts about that. And also thank you to everyone who voted and commented in my poll. That was my first poll on YouTube. And not that there was really supposed to be a winner, like it was more to see what things would people like to see, but the one that got the most votes was Vampire King, so good choice. he 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 likes to have trivia time in surgery. That does sound fun. Kind of a way to lighten the mood. I'm just thinking. Today's trivia question is, how many ribs does an adult Chihuahua have? No peeking. Anyway. Speaking of dogs, my housemates have a corgi, and her human dad, the one who makes the pottery. just when I talked about her, I hear her whine. I think she's unhappy because her human mom is currently downstairs tattooing a client, so she has to be up here. But her human dad is not here this week, and she's just like, she like it. You can't tell her why he's not here or when he'll be back. So every time she hears a noise, she's like, "Oh, is that him?" But no, it is not him. Zero there, full of anger. Sounds like the correct answer to me. The Chihuahuas are like, I have no bones, only rage. I run on spite. Thinking of the one time I went over to a friend's house and they had just gotten a Chihuahua. I think I had known a Chihuahua they had who was very old, so like she wasn't as active anymore, but this one was really young and strong, and he was jumping waist high off the ground. And granted, I was a child, so I might not have been as tall back then, but I was like, wow, this Chihuahua is like jumping 3 times his height. Yeah, then you have firsthand knowledge. Then that is a good question, that Miranda. Also, welcome. I actually don't remember which shop I got this one from, but it's like a sort of a hard gel ergonomic handle over the metal one. I might have gotten it from an Etsy shop, but like it wasn't the one that I get most of my non-furls ergonomic hooks from, which is PJB Boutique. I actually had to get this one from like Canada or somewhere because it's a 2.5, and for some reason they don't make 2.5s in the US. So for some reason I had one, and then I wanted to switch to a hook that had a the prettier handle, but it was hard to find one that was the same size. So yeah. But it is nice to work with. It's probably my smallest. It is my smallest ergonomic hook, and it's nice to have an option for the times when I want a very fine project, like with fine yarn, but not to completely kill my hands. Sure, yeah. I'm glad to know that I that pronounced it right. But that is important. My birth name, which I will not be saying, but almost no one pronounced it right, so I fully know the rage of like having to constantly correct people. It's one reason I like the name Thorn, because it's just a word. So most people that speak English know how to say it. So yes, the rage. And there was one other. So, as you may know, I'm trans. So I was a girl, quote unquote, back then, and there was one other girl with a very similar name in my church growing up, and I felt like she was more popular, or like well known, and so people would always call me by her name, and I was like, no. I think I'm probably going to finish this row and then let y'all go, because well, it's about the time, but also like I'm running out of stories, which I didn't expect to happen. But when you're on the spot, like all the stories that you were thinking of are suddenly like, nope. Head, no thoughts, head empty. Oh, thank you, yeah. That is one nice thing about having changed my name. Like, I did like that name, but I realized it still feels wrong to me, because to me it sounds like a girl's name, and I'm not a girl, so. But I did pay tribute to it with a one of my current legal names sounds similar, which is Elendil. It's a Elvish name, like from Tolkien. Which it means star friend. So, kind of paid tribute to it, and also to my love of Tolkien and Elvish. Specifically Quenya. That was the language that I learned more of as a teen. I did teach myself Elvish, yes. Yeah, that is frustrating. Hi, kinda sorta the crafty. Welcome. Yeah, I'm happy to have you here too. I am just about to go, but I'm glad that you came to say hi. Sorry if you can hear the corgi. She's very upset that her human is downstairs doing her job. I didn't mean that to sound as judgmental as it came out, but her other human is gone this week, so like she's having a real hard time, as she will tell you in great um, detail. Yeah, sad corgi. I think she's like 2 something, so she's still kind of a child or teen in dog years, so she's not quite to the chill stage. If I'm told corgis have a chill stage, but um, yeah, she is very cute, but also sad. Yeah, well, I'll look forward to having you come back. Welcome back, Crochet Hooked. You're just in time for us to say goat bye. But good to see you though. But yeah, I will put a post up about the fact that I'll be missing this Sunday and asking like, do y'all want to switch to Saturday, because I won't have to miss so many Sundays then. I'm gonna need quite a few of these, but like I've made 3 so far, plus this one, and it's just so squishy. Most dogs don't hit the chill stage till their teens. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, thank you so much for hanging out, and this has been a great time. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that about Saturday, and I'll hopefully the rest of the, what did I call this in the recent, like in the description of this video, Goat Grove. Well, that was more of a place, but like the goats in the Goat Grove feel the same way. So have fun crafting, and it's time to goat bye.